What's good, YouTube? It's Big Mon Sports Talk. We back here again with another video. In today's video, we're here to talk about this Bill Belichick in the Hall of Fame. Well, basically, if you didn't know, Bill Belichick didn't get in the Hall of Fame, being a first ballot Hall of Famer, which is crazy. I can't even lie. Uh, Basically, they said they didn't vote him in because of the Spygate or whatever, and the Deflategate. So that's the reason why they didn't vote him in. And to me, I think that's crazy because I understand that he cheated, but let's keep it real. A lot of these coaches be doing that. Uh, there ain't nothing to say like he got caught. Well, he shouldn't get punished for it. Yes, he should get punished for it, but let's not act like those are the only reasons why that team was good. That two things happened 2 years, and he still got 6 Super Bowls, dog. You see what I'm saying? You take them 2 Super Bowls out, he still got 4. Like, you see what I'm saying? So like that Deflategate thing and Spygate, I think is stupid. For him to try to hold that against him to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Like, if you think about it, he's arguably one of the greatest coaches of all time. And he's not going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Like, if you go look at his stats and like as wins, Super Bowls, uh, fucking playoff wins, regular season wins, he's top 3 in every category. And you try to tell me that this man isn't the first ballot Hall of Famer coach, one of the greatest coaches of all time. And he's one of the greatest coaches of all time, and you finna say he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer because of that? And my thing is, okay, if you're gonna do that, that means I better not see Tom Brady first ballot Hall of Famer. I don't want to see nobody that got suspended for PEDs. I don't want to see nobody in the first ballot Hall of Fame for that, or in the Hall of Fame for that. Because my thing is crazy. Like, if you're gonna punish him for it, you better punish Tom Brady for it too. Because they basically yin and yang. They right there together, boy. They twins, boy. That's his twin, you know. Because it's like it's people that's in the Hall of Fame for worse stuff, and and that's why I said I think this voting is stupid. I always thought the Hall of Fame voting is stupid because there's a lot of people in the Hall of Fame that should be in the Hall of Fame, but they're not, and there's a lot of people that's in the Hall of Fame that shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. And I think it's one because they do the voting every year, and then two is you let the media vote. And my thing is, if you're gonna let the media vote, put a name on it. They should put everybody's name on it to see who they vote for and why they voted. Basically, because that's the only way you're gonna fix this right. Because like again, I understand To isn't liked, but him not being a first ball Hall of Famer is crazy. I understand Bill Belichick isn't liked because they said, and the crazy thing, they said Bill Belichick wasn't liked. That was one of the reasons why he didn't get in. And then you said the cheat allegations. That's the reason why he didn't get in. But it's still no way he shouldn't be a first ballot Hall of Famer. And the crazy thing about the cheating allegations, and one of the main people who is trying to basically who stopped Bill Belichick from getting in the first round and put in everybody's ears to vote him in next year is Bill Polian. If you don't know, he was a former GM and for the Colts, and basically he was telling people, we should put him in next year. We got to let him pay for Deflategate and Spygate. And I think if it's true that he did that, I think that's crazy. He should take his vote away. He shouldn't vote no more. Uh, because to me it's crazy. Because if you don't know who Bill Polian is, he's basically the same person that said Lamar Jackson should play running back. A Heisman quarterback should play running back, which is crazy. But
I have not seen a more electric player with the ball in his hands since Antonio Bryant. And he's going to run much faster, I think, than Antonio Bryant did. That said, if he chooses not to work out at receiver, wouldn't bother me because I've seen enough on the tape that tells me that he could do it. He's a superior elite athlete. Whether he will ever be a good enough passer to be a winning NFL quarterback, as everyone here says, there's a lot of work to do there. Would he be drafted higher as a receiver than a quarterback? Who knows? You can't predict those things. It's a question that he and his agent should ask. And will that status be helped by working out as a receiver? I don't have the answer to that. I do know this, however. Let's split the difference. You and I talked yesterday about whether 216 is his real weight or 211 is his real weight. Kids often get heavier for the combine, especially guys who are light. They eat a lot and try to get heavier, so they weigh in heavy. So let's split it right down the middle and say he's 213, okay? Nobody makes a living in the National Football League running the football as a quarterback at 213. Right. And nobody makes a living in the National Football League at 213 with the ball in his hands every play. It's too light to take the beating. Cam Newton, who's the outlier,
over 250,
is over 250. Yeah. I bet you if we weighed Cam today, he's 260.
Right.
This
That's
young man,
big difference.
A huge difference.
And even Cam struggles to
to stay healthy.
Pounding.
Yeah.
Which I think
so. That's what troubles me. That's all.
Yeah, but yeah, if it's true that he was involved with, I think they should take his votes away. That's what I said. I think really what the Hall of Fame should do is I think they should move it towards like baseball. Well, not as strict as baseball, where like baseball, basically like if you're not worth the Hall of Fame, they ain't putting in a Hall of Fame for this year. Like it could be multiple years where somebody don't get inducted in the Hall of Fame for baseball. Why? Because they make sure that joint is pristine. It's like the same thing with like football and basketball. I think they're watering down the Hall of Fame, which it sounds crazy, but it's real life. They're literally watering down the Hall of Fame because they're getting everybody in it that shouldn't be in it. Like you hear Dion say multiple times, like these dudes shouldn't be in my thing. And if you ask people about the Hall of Fame, they always tell you that it's a tier up here, then there's a lower tier of Hall of Fame. And my thing is, if you're a Hall of Famer, everybody should be around the. You see what I'm saying? So it's like they water it down because they they bring in people every year that also, like again, the media votes basically like with To, like if they want to, they could hold a grudge and not put you in because of of they don't like you. And my thing is that's stupid. So you're not gonna put me in the Hall of Fame because I didn't want to give you an interview. You see what I'm saying? Like it to me it's so crazy. Like I'm one of the greatest. To's one of the greatest five receivers of all top five greatest receiver of all time. If you don't want to say that he's in the top 10 at least, but he's not even in the Hall of Fame, which is crazy. I mean, he didn't get first ballot Hall of Fame because people didn't like him, which is crazy. You see what I'm saying? So it's like that's crazy. So what that means is basically like if a people love you, they're gonna gas you and put you in the Hall of Fame when you should have never been in one. So that's what I'm saying. I think they need to fix that. They need to. I told you I've been thinking it should be only Hall of Famers vote on Hall of Famers. Like what? Like I don't get that. Why would you have media people vote? That's why I say I think they be giving the media people too much power in sports. I ain't even gonna sit here and lie. Like they over Hall of Fames, MVPs, all pros, but none of them watch the games. Don't none of them do none of that. So that's my thing is if you're gonna keep put media people on there, make it public so we can see who they vote for. Because a lot of these people be holding grudges and they ain't gonna vote for this person because they didn't give me an interview or they didn't want to talk to me. So okay then, let's hold the grudge. And if you want to hold the grudge, let's put out the votes out there so we can see if you why you didn't vote for him. Because it's gonna look crazy if you got 99 people voted for this one person and you got this one person who didn't vote for him, and then you find out they had a argument. That's what's going to end up happening. So I do think they need to release that out because I think it's crazy. I still think it's crazy. Bill Belichick is not a first ballot Hall of Famer. I mean, he's going to get in the Hall of Fame, but it's like that's literally like you taking a test, you get 95 on, and they hand you back a C. It's like what? And that's why I'm like, it's so crazy, bro. Like he's literally the greatest coach of all. He's arguably one of the greatest NFL coaches of all time, and you not putting him in the Hall of Fame because of you want to say Deflategate and what's it called? But you got people in there that gun then got well they didn't get convicted, but they got charged for murders, all type of crazy stuff. But they in the Hall of Fame though. It's cool, boy. Beat your girl, do a whole bunch of crazy stuff. You in the Hall of Fame, but you wanted to record something in the wrong area. We punishing you, huh? To you didn't like we didn't like how you used to talk to the media. We punishing you, but we gonna vote in other people who did worse stuff than you. That's why I said I think this is crazy. Like Bill Belichick, basically not the greatest coach. Let any other sport do that, boy. It's crazy, boy. Let the Spurs, let the NBA say, "Hey, Popovich, you know what? We saw that you tanked for Tim Duncan. We not voting you in the playoffs. You started this whole rest movement and players not resting. You not a ballot Hall of Famer. People gonna go crazy. That's basically like what they did. That's like I'm telling you, it's basically like what they did if the NBA decides not to vote George Popovich a first ballot because of because he started this whole rest movement and how he used to rest players. He basically was the main person who started that. So and now you see what's happening. Now everybody be taking rest days and stuff. But let's see if but I guarantee the NBA ain't gonna punish him for that though. Like you see what I'm saying? I understand it's not cheating, but it's still some crazy that messed up the league. But and he one of the greatest coaches, NBA coaches of all time, and they know not to play with him like that, boy. That's why I said I think it's crazy that you basically cannot. You could be one of the greatest at your position or what you do on the field on the NFL field, but if the media don't like you, they can stop you from basically getting the all-time achievement of being in the Hall of Fame, which is crazy to me. So yeah, question of the day is do you think Bill Belichick should be a first ballot Hall of Famer? Y'all know my answer. And yeah, make sure you like and subscribe and peace.